That's a picture that would haunt me till my dying day.
Javier, Melissa, thank you so much for talking to me. Melissa, I would love to start off by saying my niece was so excited when she found out I was coming to talk to you. She had probably one of the best questions I've ever heard. She would love to know, how does Ursula put on her makeup underwater? Is it a special type of concealer that we don't know about? She is 8 and she will be watching.
That's a great question. Well, they're all special little potions and like things from the sea, and like the jellies and jams and everything I was putting on my face were meant to be underwater. And I think they were all very dangerous, but what a good question. Like, I always thought she was like, you know, grinding up abalone shells and like that was her shimmery makeup.
I love it. She's coming for my job. She really is. She also wanted to know, now that you've both been in The Little Mermaid, are you both able to enjoy seafood?
Oh, right. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
No, really. No, I don't want to answer that. No,
it's going to be hard to have octopus.
Yeah.
Like, between the documentary and playing Ursula, I'm like, I don't know. It's going to be tricky, don't you think? Also, I just don't want to get caught. Can you imagine if I was out like eating octopus? I feel like that's a
Cannibalism. Cannibalism.
That's a picture that would haunt me till my dying day.
You not only took on one of the most iconic roles in Disney, but also one of the most iconic songs. What were you like practicing? Were you like around the house, into the faces of strangers at the supermarket? Or was it like lock yourself in a quiet room until you're note perfect?
Lock myself in a room, try to steady my nerves. You know, Pat Carroll looms large, and she killed the original version of this. So at one point I just had to say, you know, I have to put that away and just try to dig in my own way and see what happened. But I'm not a very nervous person. I can really get lost in the process. But this one, they're big shoes, and I found myself, I was like, oh, I am actively nervous. So I had to, it took, I think this is the most that I had to really kind of work on that and to just drop it. I'm like, I have a job to do and I want to do it proud. So I've got to get over myself and stop being nervous.
I love that. I felt very differently watching this as an adult compared to how I remember it as a kid. King Triton has an interesting approach to parenting, doesn't he? Now, being a dad, how do you think you would have handled your mermaid daughter being in love with a human and having to break literally the only rule of the sea to be with them on land? Do you reckon you would have maybe gone for a coffee and had a chat?
Yeah, I could have sit down with him, with Prince Eric, and have a chat with him under the water.
Would he not drown?
Exactly, that would be the whole point. Like, if you can't take this, then you cannot take my daughter.
Incredible. Guys, thanks so much for talking to me. Cheers. Have a good rest of your day.